welcome back on the other side of the African Talking Sports podcast. On this end, we're going to review the weekend games from the Premier League, something we're not, as Arsenal fans, looking forward to, but we got to do it. uh, Let me start off. Even though I said I am for what Mikel Arteta is trying to do, Arsenal versus Spurs, I don't know where to start, but I guess I got to start somewhere. First of all, he started Thomas Partey. Rushed him back, wasn't ready. He had to put the man out in the middle of the game, in the middle of the half. Ty actually posted a video in the chat room where he's trying to come off. He's injured, and Arteta is pushing him back. When your ship is sinking, I guess whatever it takes to keep it afloat, you would do it. But we weren't bad, but we weren't good. Arsenal they weren't as bad. There were bad moments in the game, but throughout the game, it wasn't terrible. But it's very predictable. I mean, pedestrian, predictable, whatever you want to call it. You're pairing. I don't think Xhaka should have even started that game. The whole Xhaka experiment we've been there, we've done that. It doesn't work. He's now a mobile midfielder. If you play any team as far as Spurs is, they sit back, they absorb, and they attack you. They had like 2 shots. Spurs had 2 shots in that whole game. And those 2 shots resulted in goals, 2-0 down. And the rest of the time, we just passing left to right. Nothing absolutely happening. I was sitting next to her. We're watching that game for breakfast here in Charlotte, and I told him if this game go on for another 2 years, we won't score because I don't see what they're doing. Everybody knows what the team is going to do. It's just very predictable. And even though I support the manager, I still think that he needs time to mold the team to his liking, to bring his players in. He got to do something because it's just so much you can take. It's like it's just so much the team can take before maybe they might say, well, if he goes up to Christmas and the results are still bad, he's not even lingering around 10th, 11th place, then we'll start talking about chopping him. But, Mourinho had his game plan. They didn't do anything special. I want to comment on, as bad as Mikel tactics and setup is, Hector Bellerin in that game was very disappointing. Yeah. Both goals, I think he was at fault. Both came from his wing. If you are a right back and you're up and you lose the ball, why are you running in? He's running in the middle of the field. What the hell are you going to look for in the middle of the field? They just pass him, bam, goal. First goal, same way. Second goal, same way. He's nowhere to be seen. He's left. I think they should bench him and play Cedric Suarez. I just think that's it. And I don't understand why that is still playing Xhaka. Do something different. I and myself were talking today about trying Pepe as a, either number
as a holding player. Okay.
No, centrally,
either as a backup striker or something like that, or somebody in the middle. He seems to be doing much better whenever he plays in that position. But that's what I'm going to say about Arsenal game. Predictable, still, and ugly, very ugly to watch. But we're the Gunners. We're going to be here and pray for another day. I don't know if either one of you got anything to say. I don't want.
I'm pretty sure I got something to say. don't deprive my man.
Not really. To be honest, I think I've said everything I have to say about this thing about the coach. The only thing that I heard in Jared saying, but the only thing me and him differ a little bit on, he's still trying to be cautious on talking about Arteta needing all this time and yada yada. Yeah, maybe he need, but I'll say that he's not it. And sometimes you just got to look at a situation and look at it and stuff. We can talk about how bad the players are, but there are other 2 managers before him that actually used these players properly. They wasn't playing this bad as they are under him. They are what's the boy name? Ballerina thing you're talking about? Because I'm looking at it, he's been bad in a lot of games, but you're talking about why did he go in? But then I asked the same question, why did Tierney go in the Wolf game a lot of times again? So is there something going on that the coach is telling them to do? Is it the way he's telling them to play? Because it is unusual to keep seeing Bellerin that deep under the other coaches. So why is it happening? Why did it happen to Tierney during the Wolf game that resulted into the goal that I talked about last week, Tom? So
Tierney was just beating flat out by 12 by Tuare. What's the guy name again? Tuare. He was just beating
Right.
flat out.
but then the question becomes, Jerry, as a fullback, as a defender who bomb forward, if the ball goes into the midfield, why don't you try to cover back where you came from as opposed to going in? So that's the question. Like, these players been playing better under other coaches. Why are they doing some of the things they're doing now?
I don't know, but I respect your views. I respect your views. I don't know if I agree with it.
Man, say, I like how we argue.
No, I can't argue because I'm having doubts about the manager, about his. He might. Yeah, I still think they need to give him time. It takes time for good things to happen. But I can't say I've been here all this time now and seeing what I've seen over the last 4-5 weeks and say I'm not having doubts about it. He might not be as special as I once thought.
Hey, you were pretty staunch supporter when Alan and Mike were saying stuff. You're like, no, you gotta get him 18 months. I don't care what you do. The thing with Flourish, he stopped. His favorite thing was like he stopped the bleeding. We used to take plenty of goals. Now he stopped the bleeding. You're still bleeding. You're taking multiple goals still.
Exactly.
So what bleeding you stop?
I don't know what after that masterclass defense doing. I'm still looking for it.
I've seen glimpses of what he can do, but football is a results business. If you start, if you go 4-5 weeks and you keep losing, then obviously we gotta start questioning, questioning your tactics or who you are and stuff. It's a results business. You don't produce, you get fired.
Hey.
Yeah. Anyhow, we need to escape that game quickly. I don't need to relive it. Apparently, I just Chelsea versus Leeds.
Yes.
Really good game. Gloat for us.
Let me relax for this one properly. Wow. I was waiting for this. So that game, I took my time. I even watched it back to not miss anything. Before the game, I was like, I was kind of, because I told Al the last episode, I was like, man, those kids are coming. They're about to run like crazy. I mean, I was underestimating that we had a lot of young players too. And what Lampard's been preaching is to try to out-physical the other team in terms of outworking them, passing the ball as fast as you can. And we saw that Lee started brightly. The goal, initially when I saw the goal, I was blaming miscommunication between Zuma and Thiago, but it was a killer pass. The pass beat the defenders and the goalie because it drew Mendes out, but it drew Mendes out to the point where he couldn't get there in time. And then Zuma and Thiago couldn't close Bamford. So Bamford like beat the goalie, tapped it in. Out of nowhere, Mr. Drinko sitting on the freaking Chelsea round table, banging the table for them to fire Frank Lampard because you don't have no patience in him. Talking about how great of a Chelsea fan he was. Started going crazy, yelling all this goal for Leeds. And I'm like, okay, dude, I get that you were a Leeds fan before, but we ain't got nothing but Leeds for the last, give or take 12, 13, 14 years. All of a sudden, your fandom came back this strong. Where you
oh, man, Django always told us he was Leeds. And you attested to it. You told us.
No, he
told us, yeah, he was supporting Leeds back in those days.
I told you he was supporting Leeds. Did you hear Django talking about Leeds?
Nah, I didn't hear from him.
I heard him once in a while. He used to say,
I know he's a Swansea fan, but I didn't know he was.
He was never a Swansea fan. He was a fake Swansea fan.
So this dude came out hype, and I was like, okay, it's kind of funny when both of your so-called teams playing, and then you see which one you love more than the other one. But it was kind of surprising because he used to love the Lucas Radebe team. That was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. He said about the league. So your team in the EPL, so you don't like them anymore because they're in the championship. Can you still support your team? That's fine. But Chelsea got back in the game. Basically, we had chances upon chances. We were peppering these boys. First corner, Giroud headed it. It went past it. If he was just going to direct that small, that was going to be goal. Second one he had again, he flicked it back. People were saying that, that was going in. That wasn't actually going in. Because I looked at the trajectory of the ball. It wasn't going in. The one that Timo kind of like tried to tap in and he stopped it and then kicked it on the crossbar. It wasn't. It wasn't going in. But Timo, he should just let slid and just tap that ball in. But he tried to I don't know if he tried to stop it and play it in.
That
But
was
he
a
missed.
bizarre miss. I
Yeah,
don't
he
know if he
missed.
missed it. It's just very bizarre. I've never seen a
It's
miss like
bizarre.
that.
He hit a
Yeah.
hit in the crossbar.
Twice.
Missed that. Yeah, missed that. We came back, work play, and moved the ball around fast. We're working leads, man. Popping them all around the pitch. Ziyech had a very good play where he cut the ball and acted like he was going across it with his left. Drew the whole defense to him, pull it back, and just play the ball for Reese. Reese curled that in one time. Giroud was on the back of it, tapped it in. Came on. We kept playing them the whole first half. They ain't really. I mean, they had a half chance that hit the post, but man, they had it covered. That was all the chances they had. We just kept going, coming at them in flurries. Leads that can run all over the field like that. We basically outworked them that game. We outran them by 11 kilometers. We outran them. Even the coach said Chelsea put in 20% more effort than us. But Patrick Bamford said, "Wow, I knew these guys were good, but I didn't know they were this good. They actually like outworked us." Second half came, we had the same thing, flurry upon flurry. Zuma's making a habit of scoring goals, man, from Mason
Yeah.
Mount. He's coming there right before he used to close his eyes on those headers, but he got Anthony Barry teaching him how to like keep his eyes open and direct the headers. He's scoring. He scored that second goal. We had a game under control, but I said, we need a third. We need a third. We need a third. Mason played in a very, very nice ball for Timo. Like the ball took out three defenders. It was like Timo and the goalie. He played the ball the right way. He tried to play the ball under the goalie. It kind of hit the goalie legs. He tried to tap it. He tried to hit it in again. Goalie pushed it back and smashed it over the bar. But Timo made it. As I said, the one thing I like about him, he would miss goals in game, but he don't stop playing. He don't hang his head down and say like that game. Tammy missed a lot of goals, like a ton of goals. Tammy missed. But yeah, when he came in and played. But as I said, Timo didn't stop playing. He had and once he get into the open field, it's very hard to stop him. A lot of defenders can't hang with him because he's so fast. So Kovac
He's
just
very
play.
quick for somebody his
Yeah,
size,
Kovac
especially.
just play him in the open field. He just like pushed it to the sideline, and the run that Pulisic made to get in front of that ball because he was behind the defender, and he crossed his face, and Timo played it for him. That was game 3-1. We smashed them dudes. Like I was a little scared, but we smashed them. Sorry, Dringo. We'll smash it again. We'll go play in leagues. I
Oh,
already know
wow.
that's gonna. I already know that's coming. I'm confident now
Man,
that
you got
that we outplay
confident,
them.
man.
Yeah, I was waiting for this game, but it was a big result. It was a big result. I like what Frank doing so far. We just gotta keep our heads on. We got some tough matches coming up. Everton, Arsenal, Man City, all those
That's
people
not a
coming up
tough
on it.
match.
You calling
You
Arsenal
play
tough,
we in the
man?
bottom of the
You
A tough
guys
match,
gonna,
bro.
you guys,
It's a London
no,
derby. It's a London
no,
derby.
no, no. You guys gonna kill us. Let me
It's a
When
tell
is
you.
the
London.
Arsenal and Chelsea game?
It's a London derby. I think it's Boxing Day, if I'm not mistaken. Is it a
It's still
Boxing
got
Day?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah,
That's when
yeah.
the schedule is congested.
But we got Everton coming up. They always play us hard. And with the last 6 games we playing at Goodison Park, we only won two. They beat us. The last 8 games. They beat us 6 times and only won two.
Well,
And they
we'll
scored
be
11
hoping,
goals. They scored 11 goals and scored 3 goals. That's how bad.
we'll be
That's how
hoping
bad we're
Everton
struggling.
can get the hoodoo.
No, I told you, man. I
Get-
said this year is the give back year, bro. We're
yeah,
giving
yeah,
everybody who owes us,
okay.
we're
Giving
giving them
everybody
something
back,
back.
eh? That's what I
We're giving us
said.
not everybody who owes us.
What did you see the Chelsea game?
Man, after Arsenal lost, I didn't even care about football.
No, but that was before though.
That was
Chelsea,
before?
yeah,
On Sunday?
Chelsea. I think Chelsea play on
No,
Saturday.
I didn't see the game. I didn't see that game.
Friday or Saturday, Chelsea play.
Chelsea
Yeah,
play
I
Saturday.
saw it. Um, yeah, I like what they're doing. I mean, I'm very jealous and pissed off at the same time, but it's good to see them. They're playing good football. I do think though, Timo, when you get to like tougher opposition, like in the upper echelons of the league, when you play in like Liverpool, City, who else is up there? Tottenham right now, or when you in the Champions League, when you play in the Barcelonas and not Manchester United, but Manchester City and Madrid and stuff like that, he needs to be more clinical if he wants to be like, in the top because you're not gonna get in it. We play.
You're not gonna get multiple chances like
Yeah,
that.
you're not gonna get that many
per game.
chances. You're not gonna get 3-4 chances and score, which is something Giroud was really good at Arsenal. Like you get 4-5 chances, but you score 1 or 2. You need to take 1 shot, 1 goal. But maybe how old is he? Maybe he's young and that's something I can.
He's young. He's in his 20s. I think he's like 20.
Yeah, but
24.
even though he's not going to get that chance, but you know the thing about a player who continually works hard,
Mm.
the chance comes.
Yeah, and Timo
Against
like
better
works.
teams, all the chances are not gonna come like
Trust
that. You're
me,
gonna have
it,
1, 2 chances a game.
it won't
You
be
gotta
many, but his hard work will throw some people off, and even if it's in the upper echelon of the game. This is football, man. We can
Timo
see
worked.
that.
well, we here.
Jerry. If you look
We'll see.
if you look at him, he works. He works very hard to get
No,
into
I'm not
positions.
disputing that. I
No,
see him.
I mean
And
into
he's fast.
into
He's very,
positions
very
to
fast.
score. He's only 24 years old, actually, 24, 25.
No,
So
that's good.
he got time. I mean, right now he's in the funk, trying to. I mean, he's still assisting and still
I'm fine.
affecting
I
the
mean, he's
game.
still scoring. I mean, he got like what, 3, 4 goals in the league?
3, 4 goals in the league. He got.
No.
I mean, well, total he got 8 goals so far in the league and
But in the league, he got like
in the
3, 4.
Champions League. Yeah,
That's not bad for somebody who's his
he
first
got 8
season.
goals and a few assists. Yeah, so you know.
I think all my strikers combined got like 3 goals. All right, let's go to the next game. West Ham versus Manchester United.
Yeah,
You the Manchester United expert today.
I know. For some reason, you guys got me. I don't know if you guys dispatched me to Manchester to work this week because it seems that I'm going to be in Manchester throughout almost everything.
You guys also got City and Fulham. So,
But the game as a whole for me was overall it was pretty even to some extent. You know, West Ham started a bit bright, and United kind of grew into the game. But you know, like I was laughing at them last week about starting Cavani. They started Cavani this time around. Pogba was back in the team. I think he's hurt, so he wasn't there for that game. And then again, one of the things I guess we didn't talk about a lot, the first week in the Premier League for fans to be in the stands.
yeah.
So you know that was another thing too, in which we saw the West Ham bubbles all over the place before the game and singing, and the fans were passionate singing the West Ham song. But you know the game started. West Ham started bright. They scored in the 38th minute of the game. You know it was a goal from what's his name, Sushik. Yeah, Sushik. Yeah, it was Rice. Rice, you know, kind of flicked the ball over, and Pogba and it was another defender that was there. They weren't paying attention, and they kind of just snuck in there and he scored from that flick from Rice. But then later on, as the game went on, and the United kind of grew in the game, Pogba with a beautiful a shot. It was a curling shot that Pogba took from on top of the box. Nicely placed shot, and it just went into the far corner and got in there. And United tied the game 1-1. After that, Greenwood came in and scored. Greenwood scored the second goal for United. I think Rashford scored the third goal for United. It was a flick over the goalie. Really
that was nice.
Yeah,
the whole work up to that goal was beautiful.
Exactly. I think the pass came from Pogba to what's his name? Matic. Somebody went to.
It was
Bruno's.
Mata played it in like a one-time hitter. He played it right in for Rashford. Rashford curled it and like wrapped it over and like chipped it to the goalie. It was like a beautiful goal.
Yeah. So that goal, it was nice, and he was so composed. They didn't panic when the keeper rushed after him. He just calmly took it and flicked it over him and straight into the back of the net. But the game, that was it. That was just it. West Ham couldn't find a way back in the try, but they just, wasn't successful. But the game overall, it was even for me. Both teams played.
What was the final score? I didn't watch this. This is
3-1.
This is the second weekend in a row United coming from behind to win, though.
Yeah, that's why they said in the Champions League when we're down 2-0, they said, on their official club website, they tweeted something out and said, this is not too insurmountable for us to come back from.
Yeah, and
I was like, okay.
They're becoming known, Oli becoming known as the second half brigade, where it almost seems like in most of this game in the second half, that's when they turn things around and curb them.
Don't do that with good teams though. You can do that with a smaller team. Do that with good teams that will run you off the park. Yeah. If you get them at a 2-0 head start on you and try to come back in the second half.
It ain't happening against PSG, so we know how that work out against a better team. But yeah, but that was a game. There was nothing much in it, except for those goals and United and Ole. I guess they're putting a little bit of wins together nowadays. So we'll see how far to continue. I mean, at least Ole is winning games. I don't know
Yeah.
what's the third up to, but,
Yeah,
but that's a game in a nutshell.
maybe he got his selection wrong for the Champions League. Maybe because I think that's a game against RB Leipzig that they should have won, could have won, but they didn't get it again. I think if he probably started Mata in that Champions League game, it's possible that they're going to create more chances or something. But I didn't see him. I didn't see him anywhere around the pitch. We will go back to Brighton versus Southampton. Brighton, they've started playing a little better in the league. This game ended 2-1. Brighton took the lead from a penalty. Again, there's so many penalty decisions now. Everything is looked at and double checked, and again it's slowed down. But what's his name? Welbeck is playing for them now. They have this gross fellow and my picking Lemte was finally back from his, I don't know if he was injured or suspended, but he was back. They started brightly. It was an up and down game, very lively for both teams. But Southampton, man, they look like a really solid team. I think, a lot of teams are better than that North London team right now. But they don't have special players, but the unit they have together, everybody seems to work hard for each other. And their coach is playing Walker as an out-and-out striker, life striker, sometimes on the right. They're really fast. Ross, Ward-Prowse, and the former Chelsea guy, Romeo. Yeah, they're hardworking in that middle. They create that Genepool, the Malian Peking.
Oh, the dribbler?
Yeah, he causing a lot of headache. But I like the way they play. They're purposeful. They know what their roles are. They're really fast. They're really fasting. And I thought Theo Walker was losing his speed, but having watched them recently, people always try to make him a winger. But when he started at Southampton, he was always a striker. And I think once he got back there, they put him in a striker position. He looking sharp and dangerous again. And another thing they're really good at, both of their goals came from set pieces. Well, the first goal was from a corner, and then number 5, I wrote his name down here because there's Vestergaard.
Oh, Vestergaard.
Yeah, Vestergaard.
They got Vestergaard and Benerick, the two tall dudes sitting in the middle.
He's really tall. He was the tallest man in the whole, probably in the whole stadium. You know that he's 6'6" or something.
Yeah, Vestergaard and Benerick is super tall.
They take really good advantage of their set pieces, and that's where they get a lot of their goals from. And they had another penalty too. I feel like we get into many penalties in the game, but they had a penalty. Danny Ainge came on. I think he's been out for a while with an injury. He came on and scored. It was his first game back. His goal gave them confidence. So they're up there in the top. They're up there in the top 5 of the table. They look really good, and I think they deserve to be there. They're a team to look out for this season. Maybe they might sneak up in the Europa League spots if they can go through this Christmas busy period. But I thought it was a good game. Out of the top 6-7 teams, traditional 6-7 teams, they're the best teams, one of the best teams to watch right now. So look out for Southampton, man. Liverpool. First of all, before you preview the Liverpool game, I want to kind of say something. There's no way. They said 2,000 people in the stadium. There was no way that was 2,000 people in that stadium. There was like 8,000 people in Liverpool stadium. I was watching it. It's not possible, man. Come on now. They were squeezed together.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of them in the lower bowl because they want to like have them close to the field where when they sing, it can reverberate and echo throughout the bowl. So they usually put them in the lower section.
They were more than 2,000.
Hey,
So
but
They more thought about singing and observing a COVID protocol, eh?
Yeah, yeah, the people said they're putting spaces between the seats. If you don't have 6 feet, and you want they tell you not to hug and not to give high five and not to over sing. So I'm like, okay, what's the point of
Okay,
this?
what
And
person?
people were taking
Yeah,
off their
I was like,
masks,
what the? Of course they
giving
would take
high
out their
five. As
mask.
soon
Of
as
course they
somebody
would do
scored,
that.
nobody cares.
Yeah, of course they'll do that. It's very hard to police that stuff. But yeah, the Liverpool game, Liverpool's still like getting results, man. Even though they're missing some key people, they're missing like their defender Van Dijk. They're missing. I mean, he hasn't
Joe
played that
Gomez.
much. Yeah, Gomez out there. He hasn't played that much, but Thiago Alcantara, he's still out. And you
Yeah,
know,
man, I forgot about him.
Yeah,
yeah,
me too.
yeah, they're missing a few people, but they're still playing. They got their front line. Their front line's still there. Jota's still there, but they basically took it to Wolves. Wolves did not stand a chance. They had one or two chances in the game.
Yeah,
They tried to act cute, Portland tried to act cute with a play and try to chip it with a goalie. Goalie made a
yeah, I
beautiful
saw
save and
that.
tapped it out. But the defender, man, Cody, they crossed the ball. You either head the ball back in or head it to your goalie. If you know it's too difficult for you, boom it out of bounds. He tried to get cute and try to chest the ball and bring it down to control it. You got a man like Salah around you. When you got Salah or Mane around you, you can't play around with any kind of loose balls. He chested the ball. The ball went over his shoulder. By the time he could turn around, Salah was already behind him and just like buried it
Yeah,
1-0. Yeah.
it,
And then they started pushing up. That's the mistake they made. You can't push up on a tactical team like Liverpool or City or
Yeah,
Chelsea. It seems like like deadly counters. You can't like that the teams that in the top four, you can't push up on them. You get
no,
exposed. They pushed up. Next thing you know, it was like Salah, Mane, and Gini Wijnaldum like running down the
yeah,
field on them. And I thought he was going to play Mane in, but the
yeah,
goal he
me too.
scored, he placed it. He placed it well where he could curl it, and he like wrapped it around the goalie like top corner.
Wonderful goal.
That was a nice goal. That was a nice goal. And then Salah came back, crossed the ball for Fabinho. Fabinho basically, if Fabinho wasn't going to score, somebody else was going to score, but it was
Yeah,
right behind him. Same thing with the last goal that Trent Alexander Arnold Alexander that he wrapped the ball around. Well, basically like not wrap the ball around, but like curl the ball. The assist he had, he curled the ball around. It was like basically two players that Mane just like tapped it in, and it was 4 goals to the boot. Liverpool basically ran those guys off the pitch. They didn't have a chance because they tried to play Liverpool expansive game. You got as Al can say, know your opponent. Don't go in there playing your regular way you can play when you're playing superior competition, or you're playing somebody who plays different than the way you usually play. I don't know if they thought they were still playing Arsenal from the previous game, and
oh,
and,
okay.
and they had a ball. So yeah, because Arsenal be like respecting these small teams way too
yeah.
much, man. Like I don't get it.
The
They let
coach is
rules.
scared.
Yeah, he respecting these small teams. Like take it to them. But yeah, Liverpool basically ran them up the field. That was it. That was playing a comprehensive defeat, a comprehensive victory actually for Liverpool. So I was impressed by that.
Yeah. So we'll review the final game of the weekend. We'll just run through some scores. I've gotten some feedback that we don't talk a lot about Manchester City. So, so
Really.
yeah, somebody
But
actually told me that.
their game actually, there's really, if you really look at the game, there's really nothing to say about the game.
Yeah, he was
What was
good.
the
He was
score?
good.
What was
He
the
was
No,
good.
score?
no, it was a
What
well,
was
it
the
was a
final
good
score?
game. It was 2-0. City won, Fulham 2-0. I was impressed with
They should have had
Fulham.
more.
Yeah, but I was also they should have. But what happened in the game? When Fulham came back in the second half, they kind of made sure to kind of restrict City a little bit to, kind of it's like you said, like you say, I always say, know your opponent. They went in there in the first half, they try to play City, but City blew them. Sterling, I think Sterling was the one who opened the scoring.
Very early on, yeah.
Yeah, very early on, Sterling opened the scoring with a nice little goal. And then later on again, there was a penalty that was awarded them. And De Bruyne tuck it in. But one thing I want to say about De Bruyne, though, I mean, he kind of just showed me that as good as he is a midfielder and passing the ball, he's just not a good goal scorer. It's like there's a lot of opportunity. He was just either shooting directly at a goalkeeper or just kind of.
They're one-on-one. Their breakaway one-on-one they had when Mahrez played him in, and the goalie came all the way out, and he basically just like blunt, like shot straight at the goalie.
Straight at him, yeah. I'm like, really?
But he's a good goal scorer. He was
Yeah,
just
he's
off
not.
that game.
He's not having the best season.
Hey,
So
just
far.
off that game, he's a good goal scorer, and he can score both of his feet too, like both.
So I'm like, man, this guy, the free kicks, the passing the ball, but yeah, he was just not on point. If he was actually on point, they would have won that game by multiple goals, just not 2-0. But I think what's the name? Fulham learned their lesson from that first half when they got back in the second half. They tried to restrict City a little bit, but not overly rushing forward, because there was this one breakaway that Fulham had from the flank, and the ball came all the way down. What I noticed is, what's the guy in this huge? There's a huge. What's the
who? Which team?
Fulham, the striker. I think he's a striker. He's built.
I think his name is Adebayo or something like that.
No, not
that one.
He sounded like he has some colonial type name or something like he's from that part of South America.
Okay.
I forgot his name.
I thought you meant Mitrovic.
No, not him. He's a black dude. But the thing is, when the ball came downfield and there was nobody. It's pretty much like, I don't know what happened. If it was an instruction thing where the players, because they were trying to restrict it so much, they just didn't follow up with the counter, and the whole line just kind of stayed. It was before they made the attempt to kind of follow through, was very late, and the guy I can't go nowhere. I'm just going to take a long one. And he just shot the ball, and the goalkeeper kind of just stopped it. Yeah, because there was, when you're on a counter from the flank, you need numbers coming down in the middle. And once that avenue got close up, they kind of just missed that opportunity. But they even trying to restrict City, they also had some chances that they brought the game to City too, in a sense. They didn't just stay back or just try to restrict them all, but they try to attack and use their opportunities to attack. But again, the quality is not there.
No, it's not. They're one of the worst teams I've seen.
Yeah, it's just, and you can actually tell. And when they have the ball in the box, the reaction of the players, it's just you can just tell that the quality is just not there. And what actually defeated them is just that golfing quality. If they just have a little bit of, I think half of that, I think they would have given City a little bit of hard time in that game. And then there was a bypass by John Stones. He almost caused problem for himself. He was trying to pass the ball back to the goalkeeper, and I guess kind of like a missed pass went behind.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah,
he hasn't played for a while.
Yeah, I forgot about him. His stock has gone way down.
This was his first start in a very long time, I think. But he tried to do a bypass and pass the goalkeeper going towards goals. The keeper had to chase it back. Fortunately for them, there was not that many players, or there was just one Fulham player who was between him and the keeper, but couldn't get there. The keeper kind of just ran after the ball and got it out of bounds. But that's the game. City, did what they had to do to won it. They got the 3 points.
All right, let me run through some of the
scores. Wait. Before you run through the score, who said we don't talk about City? Didn't we talk about City and the lack of defenders when the season started? And then we talked about Pep last week fighting with the other coach because
people say we don't go into detail with Manchester City games. We want to talk about how about the other big teams, but we don't go into more about it.
We do talk about City. Every week City get a good result. We talk about them. They don't have a good result. We talk about them. They've been in most of the big games, but we like the comments. Y'all keep it coming. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So Burnley and Fulham and Burnley and Everton and they're 1-1. We're not gonna go into that game. Crystal Palace put a beat down on West Ham 5-1, which was the high score of brace.
West Ham.
Not West Ham, but West Brom.
I was about to say
on West Brom. Let me just go through the standing because we don't do that. Spurs with 24 points, top of the table. Liverpool 24, number 2. Chelsea we're at number 3 with 22 points. Leicester 21 points. Southampton with 20, and let's read the bottom 3. We're not gonna go to the bottom 5.
You're right around there. Arsenal in the bottom 5.
We in the bottom 5. We're actually at 15. Sheffield United got only 1 point from the whole season, which is West Brom got 6 points, 19th, and Burnley with 6. Fulham still above the relegation as bad as they've been. I thought they were the worst team in the league, but apparently not. But anyway, let's look to the weekend results. So you guys get ready. Let me try to pull up the schedule. As you can see, my preparation is always spot on as usual.
Please. Mr. Google himself talking about my preparation.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at my phone, Googling. Okay. Leeds United tomorrow, actually. Leeds and West Ham.
All right.
Kickoff. Yeah.
Good.
I need to go.
Thanks for
fantasy
telling me.
team.
I know, right?
Thanks for telling me. I had no clue there was a game tomorrow.
So
3
we
o'clock
have
tomorrow.
Leeds and West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be
You're gonna be fast today, though.
No, man, I don't know who's gonna win that game. I'm going
Leeds
for
at home. West Ham's good.
yeah, but West Ham. That's 1-1.
1-1. Ty, who you got?
2-2.
I think West Ham will beat them 1-0. Ty, Wolves versus Aston Villa.
Raul Jimenez came back to the training ground today to visit the players since he had the surgery. That was good to see, actually. But Wolves, Aston Villa. I was telling Ali last night. I said Villa missing Ross Barkley of all people. No,
He didn't play last weekend though.
No, he's being hurt. He's being hurt.
Okay.
They're missing him because what he was giving them, they were playing a whole different way. Hurricanes next, not doing much, but he's trying. But give me Wolves 2-1.
Wolves. Man, this is. Give me 1-0. 1-0 to Wolves. Man, the league now.
I'm going with Villa on this one. I'm going. No, you know what? 1-1. I'll be thinking before I come to you. I want you to be thinking about Newcastle versus West Brom. So let me go to Ty first. Ty, who's winning this game?
Newcastle will beat West Brom 2-0.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Newcastle as well because West Brom haven't been doing it for me. So I'm going with 2-0.
1-0 for me, Newcastle. Ty, Manchester United at home to Manchester City. It is the Manchester derby.
Good game. It's a good game, actually.
Thank goodness it's not on Peacock.
We'll be up for this one.
It's on Peacock?
No.
Oh.
Give me City in this game. Give me City in this game. Go City? Yeah. Give me City in this game. A 2-1 win to City.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think Man City's going to beat them. I don't think they're ready for City yet. I give me 3-1.
Wow. Actually, I don't think Manchester City are that good. Every time they've played a good team, even though United are not a great team, they've lost. So I'm going 3-2 to United.
Okay. Wow. Fast. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, 3-2. A lot of goals.
You're not even sure.
I'm going to be coming. No. I'm hoping Ole will put his shit together. Let me go with you because I know Alex is always slow, so I'm going to be going to him last now, so he can be thinking. Everton at home to Chelsea.
All right, let's go. We got to get back on the clean sheet trail. Yeah, we're going to beat Everton 2-0.
Albert.
Calvert-Lewin won't score this week. He got to take a week
Albanta, what you say?
Wow. I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw for both teams.
I'm going 1-1 draw too. I don't expect Chelsea to lose, but I don't think Everton is not going to score. So 1-1 draw. And tie, we have Southampton at Sheffield United. I mean, at home.
I don't care where they're at. They will be Sheffield United.
Wow, that is cool.
On neutral ground set.
Yeah, I don't care where they're at. Exactly. They'll be Sheffield 3-1.
All right. Albanta.
Yeah, Sheffield's going to lose this game. Southampton playing good, so I'm going to give them 2-0.
3-0 for me. Then we got Crystal Palace at home to Tottenham.
Yeah, Spurs. It's a London derby, but Spurs will get this one. Um, 1-0.
Al,
2-0 Spurs.
Spurs will lose this game 1-0.
Wow. Okay. Well, we like the result, but
Yeah.
this is just going for the shock factor, yo.
you
can go against the green.
no. Hey, Fulham at home. I don't should even bother you guys with on Fulham against Liverpool.
Liverpool's winning this game, man. I'm looking at 3-0.
Liverpool 4-1.
Yeah, it's gonna be like ugly. 4-1 or something like that, or 4-0. It doesn't even matter. Leicester.
You got Fulham fans out there. You can't keep dismissing them like that, though.
Well, until they keep proving me wrong, then I will not dismiss them. They've been terrible. Leicester at home to Brighton.
Leicester is going to win this game. I give them 2-1 to Leicester.
Time.
It's a 1-1 draw.
Wow. I'm going with 2-0 to Leicester. And the last game of the weekend, Arsenal at home to Burnley.
If you can be getting beat Burnley now, they gotta fire Arteta seriously. Like if Arteta can win this game, he's in trouble. Right. If I see him defending, I will lose my mind.
You lose faith in him, man. just for being an Arsenal fan, I'm gonna go 2-0 to Arsenal.
Arsenal will beat Burnley 3-0. 3.
Wow. Yeah, 1-0 to Arsenal.
Yeah, so
yeah. Is Pepe coming back?
Yeah, Pepe is back.
So I think what you're gonna see, I think you're gonna see some of the kids in that game.
I think you should, because they're in the Europa League. He plays there and they look fluid. They look way better. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about Arsenal anymore. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. Anyway,
that beast guy tell you about the goal that box-to-box goal today.
I'm talking about Europa League, man.
Please. We already went to the
Europa League. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Please spread the word about African Stock in Sport. It was good to have you for another week. We look forward to your questions, suggestions. Hit us in the inbox, subscribe, and follow us. Share our content. We appreciate you. Let us know what games you've seen and what your feedback is. Gentlemen, got anything to say? For me, I'm out.
Yeah, thank you, folks. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
See you next week.
Peace.